As I was getting deep into how we respond and react, the preferences that people have as far as the spiritual, having a spiritual elite in their experiences, like people that they would turn to deal with the spiritual elements and tell them who they are and what's going on in the universe, versus understanding that we are naturally fourth dimensional beings. We already exist there. Saying that, oh, it's time for humanity's about to enter the fourth dimension, or some of humanity, it's not. If you're not looking for spiritual elitism, then you're understanding that we're already fourth dimensional beings, and we're not entering the fourth dimension. We're simply allowing fourth dimensional experiences in to our experience. Basically acknowledging ourselves, the different aspects of self. So going into all of that triggered my awareness. No, it was immediately after doing that a video came up in my feed concerning DID, dissociative identity disorder, which used to be called multi-personality disorder. So I've been learning how to deal with this. It doesn't in any way invalidate my spiritual abilities, my understanding or knowledge. It just goes deeper into it. When I came out on Facebook, the Stacy Bordeaux profile to friends only, I wrote this, and I'd like to place it here because I'd like the same boundaries here on my YouTube channel. So, coming out with it, DID, as I have recently become aware of it, and I'm going through an unmasking phase within myself. And I happen to have a very good friend who I can unmask with. I learned this morning, and it's very comfortable. So, I think it's pretty much that it's because she's accepted it in her self. So, going through an unmasking phase. We adopt coping mechanism from parents, and so I've inherited this. Most likely pass it on to my children. This does not in any way invalidate my experiences or abilities in the realm of spirituality, because I separated those aspects in order to go within. So, as I've mentioned before, I used to do channeling for so-called higher vibrational beings, angels, and all of that. But I took time to go into the forest, into the woods, into my subconscious. And so, in order to do that, I cut myself off from those aspects that would have been distracted by those other realms and confused what was actually belonging to this vessel and what was going on in the spiritual realms. So I will be merging the two when, where, and how appropriate. I'll make videos relative to one or the other depending on which aspect of me is present, wanting to be present, able to be present. If you've got nothing good or supportive to say nothing at all. Don't tell me what I need to do about it or overshare your experiences in reference to this. These are my boundaries. Yeah. I just hit the wrong thing. Gotta expand that. So these are my boundaries, and I appreciate respect of them. I am simply maintaining authentic communication in my relationships, which I prefer to keep discreet. Ain't nobody's business if they are not directly involved. And I know people will say, well, why do I talk about other people and things like that, make posts on Facebook about other people? I'm pretty certain, and I double check myself very thoroughly and triple check myself and quadruple check myself and go back and read it the next day to double check again. I don't put names generally unless I'm very clear, safe, and comfortable feeling that that person needs to be identified. Otherwise, I don't identify that person because they don't need to be. I'm not calling them out. I'm not trying to expose them in any way. I'm just revealing my experience, my part of it. And if they know who they are, and maybe a friend or two knows who they are, then that's just incidental. It's not intentional. So if you're identifying with something that I'm saying, I haven't exposed it to the whole world. You may feel like that, but I haven't done it. You are the only one knowing that you're identifying with this. And you can keep it that way. I'm going to protect those that I love and those that I'm in a relationship with, but I'm still going to authentically honor and express my experience. I haven't done it enough. And that is that, and that will be that. So thank you for your time and attention.